It's a Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and we welcome you in for today's Peach Belt Conference matchup between the Flagler Saints and your University of North Georgia Nighthawks. North Georgia comes into this game looking to bounce back from a draw on Wednesday night, as Flagler is going to ride into this one high off a 7-0 win against Lander in their last game. I'm Ryan Hutchison, joined in the booth today by Devin Kupka. And Devin, the story of today has got to be about the offenses.
Yes, it is, and that's something it's going to be a key thing for both teams today to get the most amount of goals up on the board, and it's a big game because of the Peach Belt Conference, two of the top teams in the PBC right now, so I think we're set for a really good day of some soccer.
Definitely going to be an interesting one here at Lynn Cottrell Park. Like Devin said, these two are going for the top spot in the PBC. Let's get a look at these lineups. First off for Flagler, and the big one you got to talk about in this is Jackson Carilla. 4 goals scored on the season. He's the starter that's going to make things happen for the Saints today. And on the other side for the UNG Nighthawks, the big deal for them is obviously going to be Max Mitchell, number 22, 4 goals on the season. Rafael Oliveira Pais, he has 4 goals as well, so he has been fantastic. A lot of good goal scorers in this one. Should be high action.
Yeah, and we saw on Wednesday when North Georgia taking on USC Aiken, able to get down on their attacking third. It was a 0-0 draw on Sunday, but North Georgia looking to put their first goal up on the board in 2 games.
Yeah, it's been a while since one's found the back of the net for the Nighthawks, but they just got to feel like it's right there. We mentioned a lot on the broadcast on Wednesday that was really almost frustrating towards the end of the game because they were in the attacking third. They kept getting good looks on the goal, but just couldn't get anything to fall to open up the game, and here we go. The Nighthawks today going to be wearing the all-black kits while Flagler is rocking the all-whites. North Georgia starting off pretty apprehensively with the ball so far.
You mentioned a player there, Max Mitchell. Max Mitchell on Wednesday was really one of those key Nighthawks we saw on the field, flying pretty much everywhere and trying to get that ball inside the box for North Georgia, and he's going to be, as you said, a player to watch out for in today's matchup.
Well, Max Mitchell really had one of the moments that has you holding your breath in that game. Had a shot that got by Aiken's keeper, Felipe Matos, who was doing a great job all night, but it ricocheted off the crossbar. Right here, Mitchell trying to get into the attacking third, but he's going to go back towards Lukovic. Lukovic going to get it over to the far side. Nighthawks trying to work early here on this Flagler defense. I think that's going to be the key for this one, is just making things happen early. Like we touched on, both these offenses really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing with North Georgia, USC Aiken being, and that's going to be the thing for North Georgia today, is that they're going to have to find the back of the net in which a series really they don't do too well against Flagler, although they've won the last 2 matchups against the Saints. And North Georgia coming out with a 0-0 draw against one of a Peach Belt program that is not as high in the rankings. It's going to be really, really key for them to find the back of the net in today's game.
Yeah, just going to have to go out there and make it happen. Offsides in the attacking third for North Georgia, so Flagler going to get their first shot on the offensive side of things. Ball kicked way downfield by keeper Ryan Rivas. And it looks like there's going to be a throw-in for UNG right here. Flagler has the advantage numbers. They're going to get the ball back into the middle third. UNG trying to defend. That back line for UNG was really impressive in that draw against USC Aiken. Even though they couldn't get the victory, that defense made sure they did not come out of it with a loss. Team's backing away again. Ryan Rivas going to look to send this ball downfield. He's going to do just that. A couple players fight for it. That's going to be Lukovic kicking it away to a Nighthawk. Right back here to DJ Shin. Now Max Mitchell on the near side going down the sideline. Some contact. Flagler player goes to the ground. That was Luke Williams for the Saints. Autumn Lotta tried to make a move into the box right there. Ball kicked away by the Saints, now on the far side. It's going to be Jorge Sandoval with it, trying to make a guy miss. Gets back inside, passes up to Lotta. Lotta decides to get it out again. This is DJ Shin with it, or not DJ Shin. Won't matter. Flagler kicks it away. Lotta looks to try to get possession back here. And I believe the foul is going to go against UNG right here. So Flagler going to get another shot at it. UNG again early in the game being pretty aggressive on the offensive side of things. We've seen them make their way down the field a couple times, but again, just no looks.
Yeah, and unlike the game on Wednesday where North Georgia was really on that back line against USC Aiken, or against their back line, North Georgia, they're going to have to come out striking in this one. And it's going to be interesting because the top 4 players in goals scored this season in the Peach Belt are all playing in this game. 3 of those belong to North Georgia, and one of them belonging to the Saints in Finn Weigelt. And it's going to be an interesting matchup between both of these squads, and see who can get on the board and who will take command in this one.
Well, Weigelt has been a fantastic goal scorer for the Saints, leads the PBC with 5, not in the starting lineup for Flagler today. More than likely going to be a spark plug off the bench, and we talked about that. UNG has some of their own, and Harris, Osman Basic, Stefan Shango. Here's a look for North Georgia, but it's going to be headed away by Rivas, and a bit of a miscue right there, but looks like the Saints are going to get away with it. That one's going to be kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for North Georgia. That was Miguel Romero throwing that one in. North Georgia trying to make something. Back to Romero. He's going to send it in almost to look for Max Mitchell, but Rivas there to take it away and handle it. And just another situation right there. UNG on their attacking third just couldn't quite make it happen. And you got to like what you see early from the Nighthawks, at least getting the ball down into their third of the field.
Yes, and that's the thing, too, is that against, USC Aiken, a team that you probably should have beat, but it's always good against a Flagler team where this game could potentially be for first place in the Peach Belt Conference. It's good to see North Georgia coming out firing on all cylinders, it seems like, or most of the cylinders so far, getting down on that attacking third.
Shin going to throw it in here to Lotta. Lotta pressured by Reese Skeen for the Saints, trying to command traffic. Lukovic possesses. He's going to pass it all the way over the field to Owen Wallace. Back to Wallace from Romero. Gets between 2 Saints. Bit of a shove right there, and a foul going to be called on Flagler. And with that happening, it's interesting to look at coming into this game. Flagler has a lot of positive offensive stats, but they do lead the Peach Belt in fouls with 150 coming into play. Going to add to the tally there. The team second to them, however, is the UNG Nighthawks. So they've been in foul trouble this season. UNG has a look down here at the feet of Lotta. Going to be a fight for it. Shin's going to take it over, but the Saints going to kick it away. Still going to be in UNG possession. It's with Lukovic. He gets it over to Wallace. Wallace going to look on that far side to Daviena. Going to get it up right here to Romero. Romero trying to get around to Saint on the far side. Nice slide tackle right there from the Saints to get possession back. UNG now a numbers advantage for the Saints. And ball goes out of bounds. That was off the foot of 15, Phillip Young for Flagler.
That's really one of the only times we've really seen Flagler get down on the attacking third here in the game, and North Georgia able to really put the pressure on them here early. But the key for North Georgia is they're going to have to score a goal, and it's probably going to be a little tougher than it was on Wednesday night because Flagler just a little bit of a better program and just overall better than USC Aiken on the back line. So North Georgia going to have to take advantage of every opportunity they have against Flagler's back line today.
Most definitely, and you got to think that opportunity for Flagler right there really came from a miscue almost. It looked like passing the ball from North Georgia. Kind of looked like nothing really materialized there in the middle third of the field. right here, you got Romero. He's trying to get the ball up. It's going to be Sandoval with it as his fees. Got some Saints closing in on him. He's going to pass it over to Pais. Contact right there at the top of the box. No whistle, and it's going to be cleared away by Flagler. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a Nighthawk throw-in. And we've touched a little bit already about the history between these two teams. Flagler has had the advantage as of late. Nighthawks come into play here with a 5-16-1 record against the Saints, but 2 wins in a row, one of which just came down in St. Augustine, 2-1, a second-half comeback for the Nighthawks. Got the job done. Rafa Pais and Santiago Cano were the ones that put the goal in the back of the net. At the time, that led to a 3-game win streak for the Nighthawks. And they actually haven't lost a game since October 2nd, so it's been 3 games since the Nighthawks suffered a loss, looking to make it 4 straight without a number in the losing column today. Beautiful sunny day here in Dahlonega. First day of the Gold Rush Festival. I don't have the exact number, but I'll be willing to bet it's somewhere around 70 degrees here. See Max Mitchell, near side, gets it around to Saint. Now going to pass it up to Lotta. Lotta looking top of the box. He's going to fire it in, and it's going to be headed away by the Saints. Jorge Sandoval going to be over there to get possession for the Nighthawks. He's going to get it into Romero. Romero here. Back to Pais. Pais over to Shin. Shin to Mitchell. Mitchell, the best goal scorer on this Nighthawks team, looking to set something up. And it's going to be kicked away right there by a Flagler. Saints going to set up the first cross of the game for North Georgia. Looks like Adam Lotta is going to be the one to go over there and take it for the Nighthawks. Had a lot of crossing opportunities against USC Aiken. Another situation in which they just couldn't find the back of the net on Wednesday night. Going to look to change that early on here. Almost 10 minutes gone in this one. They're going to keep it on the ground, pass it in. It's going to be chipped up and headed away by the Saints. Sandoval going to get back over there, take it at his feet. Going to look around, pass it over right here to Miguel Romero. Romero gets it. Saints playing off Romero right now. He's trying to find somewhere to go with the ball. Gets it over to Adam Lotta, number 13, and gets it back to Romero. North Georgia, real surgical with their passing, it looks like right here. They don't want to overdo it and get themselves into a bad situation, almost like what happened with Flagler when they had that first goal scoring opportunity. Rivas gets it away to Wallace. Wallace and now Nighthawks on the far side of the field, crossing it in. That one's going to be headed away again by Flagler, doing a nice job on that back line of making sure nothing gets by and not getting Rivas in any one-on-one situations with Nighthawk attackers. Another one in the box that Flagler is going to clear out, but right to the feet of Sandoval. Sandoval now has a look, fighting over it, a little bit of contact. In comes Romero on a slide tackle, shot up, and it's going to be just high over the net. So almost an opportunity right there. It's going to be a goal kick for the Saints.
Yeah, that's something North Georgia is going to have to watch out for. Is as much as you want to put pressure on the back line of Flagler, eventually, you know, with how North Georgia plays, it puts pressure. When you put pressure on the back line, it also puts pressure on your back line as well. Because if a ball gets over into the other side of the field, it could be trouble.
Yeah, definitely leads to breakaway opportunities. Here's one, and a nice save right there. Second chance, however, going to get into the back of the net for the Saints. And an unfortunate situation right there for North Georgia, just like you just said, Devin. You get into those situations where you can get a lot of pressure on the back line on the opposing end, but if they get that ball away, your defense is then really in a sticky situation. And it was a real good effort right there by Alexa Lukic. Got the initial save, it looked like, but the second effort by Flagler is what put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and we saw there on the replay there, and it's kind of ironic as I was talking about that, puts pressure on your back line to hopefully the ball doesn't go too far where Flagler is just ready to attack, and they were there, and North Georgia lets up their first goal in 2 games.
Alex Alexandro, the one on the goal right there for Flagler. North Georgia now going to try to answer. That's Shin up to Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell trying to make his way around. He's going to be successful. Gets it over to Lotta. Lotta back now to Lukovic. Lukovic gets it over to Romero. Sandoval now far side in the shaded area of this soccer field here at Lynn Cottrell Park. Cross to their side, bit of contact. That's going to be out, and it looks like it's going to be a corner, I believe, for North Georgia.
And unlike the USC-Aiken game, now the pressure is on North Georgia to get a goal up on the board. And that's just adding more to the pressure. And I know they didn't score a goal in the last game, but now it's really adding on to get a goal in this one against a good Flagler program. It
definitely does, and North Georgia this season has done a good job of not getting shut out, only twice versus Lander and USC-Aiken. But like you mentioned, Flagler, a bit of a stronger program, some would say, and they're showing that early, getting a goal. Here's going to be a look for Lotta. Bit of a miscue there at his feet, gets it in right here. Pais. And I believe another corner going to be coming the Nighthawks' way right here. So same story, a lot of aggression, just not able to get anything done so far in this one. Only one shot for the Nighthawks has not been on goal. They're going to keep it on the ground. Here's Jorge Sandoval, looks back left. Again, reassessing the situation. Attempt coming in and kicked away right there by Flagler. It'll be another corner situation for North Georgia. 3 already in this one. And again, they keep it on the ground at the feet of Sandoval, trying to dance around to Saint. Gets it up top, Romero. Lotta has it, makes a Saint jump, gets to his left side, going to try to get in there, going to try to send it in. Opportunity, and the Saints clear it away right here at the feet, and there's a big contact, no foul called. Saints going to get it away, clear it out. Owen Wallace going to be the one to get there and take it for the Nighthawks. And he's going to try to get the pressure right back on. Time of possession right now, UNG has to have the advantage. They're just doing a great job keeping the ball at their feet, just can't quite get anything to happen with it.
Yeah, and North Georgia yet again avoided a dangerous position there. It was right just outside of the box that they got possession of the ball back for just a second, but if they didn't get that ball back from just that second of possession, that could have been another dangerous situation down for North Georgia's back line.
Most definitely. North Georgia keeping on the ground, and we've seen not a lot of set-piece opportunities. Here they're going to try to get it in, but it's going to go just out. I think the call is going to be another corner kick, so North Georgia just keeps racking up these corner opportunities, just yet not able to make anything happen with them. In the 15th minute here at soccer field at Lynn Cottrell Park in Dahlonega, Georgia. North Georgia, again, keeps it on the ground. Here's Romero with it. He gets it back. Attempt goes in, headed away. DJ Shin going to try to get there first. He does. Shoots it in, and it's going to be knocked away by Toby McCullum for the Saints. Fight on the sideline, and going to be a throw-in for North Georgia. Daviena gets it in. It's back to Daviena. And again, deflected off a Saint. And now it's going to be Flagler possession on the throw-in. So another situation where North Georgia was in there attacking third for quite some time and just couldn't find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key for North Georgia as we're 15 minutes into this matchup is to finish on their side of things and get a goal in the back of the net.
So far in this one, North Georgia 6 corner attempts, so they have the advantage, 0 for Flagler. However, Flagler 3 shots to North Georgia's 1. 2 of those were on goal. 1 indeed did find the back of the net and is the reason the Saints have a 1-0 advantage here. Ryan Rivas going to send this downfield as the clock's going to come to a stop right here with 28 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the first half. I believe there's a Saint player down on the far side of the field.
Looks like he might be tying his shoe.
It looks like he might be tying his shoe, actually. Crouched down, not completely down.
Yeah, it just looks like he's tying his shoe, and we'll get back to
get rolling.
Action shortly.
Right back in there. So the goal scorer for the Saints, again, was Alex Alexandrou, but this team has so many goal scorers. Finn Wygett, Jackson Carilla, Xavier Ryan, Max Gottwald, Toby McCullum, so many dudes that can find the back of the net. And like we talked about at the top of the show, 4 of the best goal scorers in the PBC are in this game alone. Here's one of them on the near side. That's going to be 22, Max Mitchell. Again, 2-on-1. The Saints know good and well what he's capable of. He still comes away with the ball right here. Going to try to cross it over, and it is going to be kicked away. Another chance for Daviena, and a fantastic job right there, clearing that ball out. Miles Shanley for the Saints. Nice step in right there by Lukovic. Gets it up to Lada. Bit of a stumble, and contact. Keeper Ryan Rivas going to be able to win it. Had contact right there with Jorge Sandoval. Sandoval getting a lot of good looks in this one. Now 2 shots for North Georgia, one of those on goal. And again, that was Miles Shanley that kicked it away. Made a massive play for Flagler. That would have been the equalizer. But for the Nighthawks, Max Mitchell again with it. Look out far side shin. Lukovic with it now, middle of the field. Gets it over to Owen Wallace. And it feels like a tape-on repeat every time the Nighthawks do this. If they lose possession, they're able to get it back, slow it down, and get right back down the field. Here's a look right now. Sandoval gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell gets into the box, goes to his right. He takes a shot. It's going to be deflected by a Saint. Looks like Flagler's going to be able to take over. They try to clear it away. Lukovic there. There's contact. No whistle. Lotta with it. Gets it over to Mitchell again. Another chance here for Max Mitchell, trying to direct traffic. He gets it over to Lotta. Lotta gets in the middle to Romero. Romero now back to Lukovic. Far side to Owen Wallace. Again, the wall of trees here at Lynn Cottrell Park shading that far side of the field. UNG now works back into the sunlight. It's going to be DJ Shin with it. He gets it over Max Mitchell in the left corner again. Mitchell tried to get it in, cleared away by the Saints. DJ Shin with it now. He's going to pass it over to Rafa Pais. Pais makes a man miss. He tries to get it in. Deflected again by the Saints. Shin's going to win the race to the ball, but it is going to be taken away by the Saints. And now a chance for Luke Williams, number 25. He's waiting for anyone on his team to get there. He was the only white jersey, and about 6 Nighthawks had surrounded him. Contact right there with Lukovic. Now fighting towards the corner. He's got Lada and Lukovic on him. He's going to take a bounce and into the hands of Alexa Lukic. He's going to roll it out. Coming into play today, Alexa Lukic at the top of the PBC, tied for the most saves with 42 this season. So that ball getting by early is a rarity for Alexa Lukic. Recorded 4 or more saves 6 times this season. So it's been a really impressive campaign for the guy in the net for the Nighthawks, number 98, Alexa Lukic.
Yeah, he's had a really stellar season for North Georgia. The Nighthawks in their past 3 games have only let up a combined 2 goals in the last 3. So, Lukic keeping up his end of the deal and is doing a really phenomenal job for this Nighthawk defense.
Well, and even on the goal that was given up, he had a save prior. The ricochet just was really unfortunate for the Nighthawks, right to the feet of Alex Alexandrou for the Saints, and that is why the Nighthawks are at a 1-0 disadvantage in this one. About 25 minutes left to play. Ryan Rivas trying to get the Saints to go downfield. And it looks like the referee going to have a word with Rivas right here. Clock stopped with 24:36 left to play in this first half. North Georgia now has the advantage in shots. They have 4 shots to Flagler's 3. However, Flagler has 2 of those on goal. North Georgia only 1. Still a 6-0 corner advantage for the Nighthawks in this one. They do have a 2-1 foul lead, unfortunately. But here's another chance for the Hawks. Going to be a throw-in taken by Daviena. He's going to get it in right here to Kano. Chips it in, and it's off the net. Max Mitchell was there one-on-one. Looked like he was going to have an opportunity at that one, but did not pan out. So it's going to be a goal kick for the Saints. Sam Reynolds going to check into the game for Flagler right here. Looked like Luke Williams was the one to go off. And contact, Mitchell goes to the ground right there. Saints now in the middle third trying to attack. Far side kicked away by Daviena at the feet of Lukic now. Lukic trying to slow it down, gets it over to Lukovic. Lukovic far side to Shin. Shin gets it up. Max Mitchell has it. Tries to clear it downfield. Here's Kano again at his feet. Mitchell gets it into Lotta. Lotta traffic in the middle of the field right here. Gets it out Romero. Romero goes far side. Daviena. Nighthawk trying to get in transition right here and make something happen on their attacking end. Doing a nice job in this one of slowing the game down when they get their ball on their end of the field. Looks like they're really trying to set something up. Looks eerily reminiscent to all night against USC Aiken. They can get down there, but that last 10% of getting the ball in the net is where we're starting to see the Nighthawks struggle, and unfortunately starting to see it a little repeatedly right now. Mitchell gets it back to Lotta. Lotta playing around on Toby McCollum right now.
Yeah, it seems like when North Georgia gets inside the box that there's either a foot or a head of the opposing team or the player is somewhere there to knock it right out of the box, and that's something North Georgia just going to have to cross over those defenders and try to get as much shots on goals as they can.
So North Georgia going to get a throw in right here, and I think the most interesting thing in this one so far, and we saw it a ton against USC Aiken, is on those corner kicks. They're trying to get the short corner to draw some of those players out and free up some space in the middle of the 6-yard box so they can cross it in and try to put one in the net. So far, the Saints have done a nice job of defending against that. Obviously, the biggest save in this one so far, Miles Shanley off his foot. I believe it was Jorge Sandoval that had a really good look at goal with Rivas not in it. And Shanley was there to save the day. Here's DJ Shin. He's going to try to chip it in, and again, another Flagler Saint foot finds it first. So now Vukic and Lukovic gets it across field. Owen Wallace.
See, and these are situations, if you're North Georgia, you got to look out for because there's only 3 men across the field for North Georgia to defend against Flagler, and that's including the goalie. So, trying to get out of that situation, trying to put as much pressure. But when these balls are kicked out, now all the pressure goes to the very few players in the back line that you have.
And you saw it right there. Young had an interception. If your passes aren't on point, it could very quickly be intercepted. And unfortunate things happen. Bit of a heap right there. Going to be a throw-in for North Georgia. Lotta gets it into Shin. Shin near side. Looks like he's going to try to get it into the box. Kano gets there, but it's kicked away by Saint right into the feet of Max Mitchell. Max Mitchell now back to Lotta. Pais through the legs. Goes down at the edge of the box. No foul called. Opportunity for Lotta. Still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. It's going to end up with the Flagler Saints. But it's not over yet. And there's the foul call. And you can see the displeasure right there by Rafa Pais. There was a lot of fighting right there for that ball. It took a long time for that thing to get further than 20 yards out from the goal, but eventually a foul called on UNG, and it's going to wind up with Flagler. And one of the few times really in this game we've seen Flagler with an opportunity to do what they want on offense. Most of the times they've had the ball, it's kind of been a fast break situation.
Yeah, and that's as you mentioned there, the fast break situation. That's all we've pretty much seen Flagler have at a chance, and North Georgia just dominating possession over Flagler, but Flagler's still up, got that one goal.
Well, here comes Flagler. They got a pretty decent look right here. Going to be a pass into the middle, intercepted, and now some more contact. And really fighting hard right there. I believe that was Reese Skeen. And some shoving right now on the field. Alexa Lukic came in to defend. A Nighthawk went to the ground. Clock going to stop with 19:27 left. Set up a penalty kick right here for a free kick for North Georgia. I think it's be Vukic and Lukovic that's going to take it for the Nighthawks. Got Owen Wallace, Lukovic, Lotta, Shin all over there waiting to see who gets it. On the other end, Max Mitchell, Rafa Pais, Cano, and Jorge Sandoval. The attackers, they're going to look to make something happen.
Looks like there might be something going on the sideline across the way.
Yeah, some discussion going on that Flagler sideline with the referee. Some UNG players went over there to say something. UNG again going to try to make something happen. Max Mitchell on the near side. Passes it into Cano. Lotta looking. He's going to backtrack a bit. Pass it over. Owen Wallace on the far side. Next to the treehouse. He's going to try to chip it into the box. Headed away by Flagler. Going to get to the feet of DJ Shin. Shin second guesses that patch to Mitchell. Gets it back to Lukovic. Lukovic over to Wallace. Nighthawk slowing the game down here. Trying to set something up against this Flagler defense that's been really good all day. Shin now falls under attack, and that pass can be kicked away right there by number 11, Sam Reynolds, the newly entered Saint in this one. Aggressive play so far from the Nighthawks. As Devin mentioned earlier, winner of this one goes to the top of the PBC. Here's a situation for Max Mitchell. And I believe a call here is going to stop that attack for the Nighthawks. Free kick going to be taken right here by Max Gottwald for the Saints. He clears it away. Trying to get it into their attacking third. Alejandro Daviena there to meet it. Pass back middle third of the field. Flagler working backwards now at the feet of Gottwald. He's going to pass it over to Philip Young, number 15. He gets it in. Lukovic on defense right here. And I believe a throw-in coming for the Saints. So now an opportunity for Flagler to extend this lead. 1-0 coming up on the 18 minutes to go in this first half. So far, UNG's been in the advantage on offense. 5 shots to Flagler's 3. Only one of those on goal. Flagler's had 2 of them. Actually, a chance here on the penalty to make something happen. It's going to be number 21, Reese Skeen, taking it into the box, headed away by the Nighthawks. Another chip into the box right here, trying to make it headed away. Still fighting for it. Off of DJ Shin. Ball's going to be just left of the net. Nice strike there at the top of the box by Flagler. And some subs being made right now for the Saints.
Yeah, as we take a look at that replay, it just went off the post there. Just on the left one.
Subs for the Saints going to be Jesse Van Krimpen, Maddox Griffith, and Marcus Hitherman. So those are the 3 newly entered Flagler Saints. Alex Alexandro, the goal scorer, Philip Young, and Toby McCullum, the 3 that went out for those 3. So that's the substitutions. UNG has a far side throw-in right here. Near side Shin gets up to Mitchell. Seen this a few times already today. Defended closely by Maddox Griffith. He's going to try to get it through 2 of them. He's got it in the box. Look, and it's just going to go left. Just missed. Going to set up a goal kick for Flagler. Max Mitchell decided right there he's going to do it himself. Got by one of the Saints defenders on the left side of the box.
Yeah, as we take a look back at that replay, another good opportunity for North Georgia and Max Mitchell. As you mentioned it earlier, right there for North Georgia.
Aggressive defensive play right there by the Nighthawks. Rafa Pais tried to steal that ball, couldn't quite do it. Flagler now working far side. Step in, intercepted by Daviana, but it goes right back to the foot of a Saint. Now gets by another one. Here's an opportunity, and Alexa Lukic just going to kick it away to midfield. It was a one-on-one. Max Mitchell wins the header. Now to the foot of Gottwald. Gottwald going to pass it up, intercepted by Lotta. Lotta pressured, however, by Reese Skeen. Contact, they both go to the turf. No call yet. Rafa Pais now to the turf. And we'll leave an initial call was going to be on that first contact. Captain Onalata gets it over to DJ Shin. Shin working up the far side. Now Mitchell. Back to Lotta, trying to slow things down. Gets it over to Mitchell. Shin now working behind Max Mitchell. Mitchell gets in the left side of the box, crosses it over, deflected by a Saint, kicked away. Going to be a one-on-one battle for this one. Autumn Lotta trying to win it. Didn't have the height advantage, was able to get the ball for a second. Now Skeen has it. And it's going to be Nighthawk ball. Quick throw in right here by Autumn Lotta. Reese Skeen thought it was going to be Flagler ball. Here comes Romero, gets it up. Max Mitchell again, 2-on-1, going to try to make something happen. Slides across Ryan Rivas there to take that one up. Max Mitchell, a lot of 2-on-1 opportunities on the left side of the field right now, but not able to make much happen with them. Quick defense right there from Autumn Lotta. Intercepted. Rafa Pais. Now DJ Shin gets in on it, gets his foot on the ball, but able to stay with it with Skeen. And a foul going to be called right here on Rafa Pais. Clock going to come to a stop. And it's going to be a yellow card for Rafael Oliveira Pais right there on the tackle attempt. So we talked about the fouls coming into this one. So far, 5 for North Georgia, 3 for Flagler. The two most penalized teams in PBC men's soccer. And they're staying true to that today. That's actually the 6th foul for North Georgia now. So that one going to be looking on Rafa Pais. Skeen going to send it in, and Alexa Lukic is going to find it in his midst. Going to try to work quickly right here. Here's Pais, the one who just got the foul, and there's another foul. This one going to be on Flagler. So that now is going to make 10 total fouls between these two teams in the first half. Here's Autumn Lotta with it. Max Mitchell again finding his home on the left side.
As we get closer to halftime and closer to the second half of the game as well, as the two teams get more chippier, expect to see more fouls committed from both teams. As you said, two most penalized teams in the Peach Belt.
Yeah, and we've seen some shoving, some words exchanged between the two teams so far. Like we mentioned, this is for the top spot in the Peach Belt Conference, so you have to imagine this one means a lot more, especially with the season winding down as it is. Peach Belt Conference tournament coming up very soon, the beginning weeks of November, and a miscommunication right there between Shin and Max Mitchell. Mitchell was looking behind him, Shin was running past him, and that's going to lead to a Flagler possession. It's going to be Miles Shanley getting the throw in. It's been cold in Dahlonega the last couple weeks, but it might just be this booth, but it's warm today, a lot different than what we saw on Wednesday night. Much different environment here in Dahlonega for this one.
Yeah, and it was kind of, we had a high-pressure system kind of move through, and it's been over to North Georgia and a lot of the east coast of the United States. It's what brought the cooler temperatures in, but it's going to start feeling like summer again up here in Dahlonega next week with temperatures up in the upper 70s and even reaching the lower 80s here and now mid to late October.
Yeah, you got to imagine the guys like playing in this weather a lot more than they like playing in that 40-degree. I know I like sitting in this booth a lot better today than I did on Wednesday, but here's a look for Shin. Tries to make his way into the left side of the box. Going to be deflected right there by Miles Shanley. It's going to be another corner opportunity. This one going to be the 7th opportunity of the day for North Georgia. It'll be interesting to see if they try to switch it up or try that short corner again.
Yeah, unlike Wednesday, today is a T-shirt and shorts day where everything was bundled up on Wednesday night.
Most definitely. Flagler had Xavier Ryan check into the game. He is tied for second on this team in goals scored with 4 of them, so another striker, and it just feels like everyone Flagler puts in has an opportunity. They went long right there, almost an opportunity. Now Flagler going to take over, defended by Kano. Intercepted now by Lukovic. DJ Shin again with it. Gets it up to Spider. Spider. Far side Sandoval. The spot Max Mitchell has been on all day. Now Sandoval has it. He's 2-on-1. He gets around the defender. He looks in between the legs. Take in. Tried to get the handball call right there. Wasn't called. Flagler now on the other end. Going to send it away. And Alexa Lukic going to go over there and handle it. No pressure from the Saints. And only one of them past midfield. Lukovic over to Shin. Shin up now. Max Mitchell has the opportunity to again on the left side of the field. He's defended. He tries to make something happen. That one's going to be punted away. And it's going to be a throw in for the Nighthawks trying to work quick. And some subs going to come in for both sides right here.
And North Georgia making numerous subs coming right before halftime, about 10 minutes out.
Saw a lot of this against USC Aiken as well, trying to get that spark plug moment. You know, UNG's been so aggressive on offense, still 1-0 Flagler right now, but it's not like they haven't had the opportunities. 6 shots, one of those on goal, 7 corners. So UNG's had the ball quite a bit. Throw in right here, going to go to DJ Shin. He's going to get it back to Lukovic. Lukovic going to go far side with Owen Wallace. Chipped in right here by Shin, going to be sent away by a Flagler defender. That's Will Bentley sending it far side right here to the Nighthawks. Stolen. Here goes Flagler. An opportunity. Defended well. And that's going to find Vukic and Lukovic. As you might have heard, a flurry of substitutions for the Nighthawks. Tyler Vitelli, Mike Jensen, Will Bentley, and Stefan Shango. Stefan Shango, he knows a thing or two about getting the ball in the back of the net. 4 of them this season, tied for first place on the Nighthawks. This one's over to Vitelli, headed right to the feet of the Flagler Saints. Here's a look. Jensen gets it over to Shin. Shin, left side with Vitelli. Vitelli working 2-on-1 into the corner. Ball's going to go out of bounds, I believe. And it's going to be another corner opportunity. A Flagler Saint down on the left side of the field. Slow to get up, it looks like. No stoppage for the slow to get up Flagler player. Nighthawks going to still have their corner opportunity. They've been working that short corner all day. See what they do here. And they're going to send it in. Headed away by Flagler. It's going to get to the feet of DJ Shin right on the edge of midfield. He's going to send it in. Oh, Stefan Shango running up that right side, trying to make something happen. Got into the hands of Ryan Rivas. Another opportunity for North Georgia, getting to 8.5 minutes to go, just under it. Pass left side, nice touch right there by Maddox Griffith to keep that in play. But I believe they're going to say it did go out of bounds. DJ Shin now going to have a throw in to Vukic and Lukovic. Lukovic gets it up right here to Mikey Jensen. Jensen over to Shin. Shin ahead to Vitelli. Vitelli working that left side, back to Shin. Trying to make something happen, get a chip into the box, and try to put one in the back of the net. Vitelli working. He's going to cross it across the field and headed away again by Flagler. It's going to find Dave Vienna. Far side, Sandoval. He tried to chip it in. It was touched. Vitelli now there, and it's going to go away. In the way of the Saints once again here. A lot of defense. Jensen steps in. This one's going to have a chance to stay in. Takes a nice UNG bounce, but it's going to be in possession of the Saints. Hit off the chest right there of Autumn. Lotta had some backspin on it on that sideline, and Flagler defender got behind. Lotta was able to push him into the ball, and consequently the ball went out of bounds right there. Nice step in by Lotta, being held. Jensen tried to step in, and Flagler again just going to send this one away. North Georgia still doing a fantastic job of making sure the Flagler Saints can't get anything going on offense. And that one goal feels so demoralizing right now because you feel like it really shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and that's kind of the strategy North Georgia runs, is that they're an attack-heavy team. And the fact that the ball got over, not many defenders back there, Flagler able to take advantage, and that's what's the difference maker in this game so far.
Most definitely is, and hurts double as much because Alexa Lukic did get in front of it, stopped the initial shot, but the second effort by Alex Alexandro was what has put the Flagler Saints on top 1-0 here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Dahlonega. Going to go out for another Nighthawk Throw Gold Rush Festival happening here. Expecting around 2 million people in Dahlonega, Georgia, so a beautiful day for it after some cold weather all week long. North Georgia gets the throw in. It's at the feet of Mikey Jensen. He's going to send it over, cross opportunity, but it's just going to hit off a Saint and go out of bounds. Going to be another corner opportunity right here for the Nighthawks. Corner number 9 of the first half for UNG, so you can't say they haven't had the opportunities from the corner. If anything, they've had those. Trying to delegate who's going to take it right here. And here it is, Flagler going to send it away. Sitting, waiting for it is DJ Shin. Shin going to chip it into the box. Opportunity, looking Shango, not going to work out. Ryan Rivas again there. He's going to punt it away near side, looking for Maddox Griffith. Griffith gets it up, mishit it. Lukovic gets it over to Shin, now Vitelli. Vitelli gives himself some distance down the left side, still a 2-on-1, going to try to make something happen, chips it in, oh, just sent away by Flagler again, just seems like they're always right there. Lukovic now takes the look, contact from Lotta right there. I believe a handball is going to be called on number 7, Andres Morale for Flagler, and now this is going to be an opportunity for North Georgia. They try to get a set piece. They try to go directly into the goal. Interesting here. Adam Lotta, Spider, going to be the one that takes it. Jorge Sandoval back there with him.
It's a big opportunity for North Georgia.
Stefan Shango sitting in there, tied for first on the team in goals. There's the opportunity. It's going to be headed out by Flagler. DJ Shin back there to take it. He's going to get it into the box. Ooh, just in a way there by the Saints again. Lukovic has it back to Shin. Just under 5 minutes, 4:20 left to go in this one. Sandoval to Lotta. Lotta trying to do some trickery and get it around. It's over to Sandoval. Now inside the box, Vitelli. Vitelli gets it back. Here's Lotta. Shot, headed away again. A massive strike. Shango tried to get on it. It makes something happen, but Ryan Rivas there and a Flagler player down. Right in the 6-yard box. And clock's going to stop with 3:56 left. That was an absolute strike right there by Adam Lotta, but I think a Flagler player headed away. And here's the replay.
Look back at that replay. Almost had it, but the goalkeeper getting him. That looked like North Georgia's best opportunity.
Yeah, you got it. Lotta was about 10, 11 yards away right there. Had a fantastic strike at the ball. Flagler player gave it up. Not sure who that is down on the field for Flagler right now, but took an absolute strike right to the head and paying for it right now. Almost had an opportunity there for Stefan Shango to make something happen, but Ryan Rivas has been fantastic in close quarters today at making sure nothing gets by him. He knows how big this game is, as does everyone else on the pitch right now. It's been fun so far. We talked earlier about how this one was going to be aggressive offensively. I think that we were both expecting a bit more of offensive pressure from Flagler, but on the other side of that, North Georgia's made it difficult for Flagler to really get anything going.
Yeah, and really, North Georgia is able to keep up the tempo they had against USC Aiken on Wednesday night. And that's a good thing to see out of this Nighthawk squad, and for them to be in the conversation, to be potentially in first place against Flagler here in the Peach Belt Conference standings.
That was Miles Shanley, the Flagler Saint that went down. He has since come off, and he's had 2 absolutely massive saves, putting his body on the line for the team. Yeah, I think the 2 best goal-scoring opportunities for the Nighthawks were thwarted by Miles Shanley and him heading that ball away. Stepping on now for Flagler is going to be number 22, Camilo Vera. So he comes in for Miles Shanley, leading the game after that ball ricocheted off his head and kept it out of goal. Lukic now has it, going to get it over to the near side, DJ Shin. Shin's got room to work.
He's going to go past midfield, but a Flagler defender's right there. That was Jackson Carilla that got rid of it. Now near side, Maddox Griffith has it. Griffith working on Shin, gets it inside. He's going to take a look at goal, and he's going to sail it right off the net. So going to be a goal kick for the Nighthawks. And even right there, it looks like Flagler, they had a bit of an opportunity, a mini chance, and just a shot taken that really looked a little ill-advised almost.
Much needed stop for North Georgia there. And as we mentioned, that the difference maker of that goal that Flagler scored early on in the game is what is the defining moment of this one, and what otherwise would be probably a tie ball game.
Senior defender Quinn Thompson comes on. You see him right here working with the ball. He gets it up to Bentley. Now here's Thompson. Welcome to the game, and welcome to the back of the net. A check-in goal. Masterful.
Let's take a look at that replay. That was North Georgia's probably best opportunity that they've had all day towards an open net, and North Georgia able to get it to go in the back of the net there. And there he is, Quinn Thompson, North Georgia's equalizer.
Just fantastic by Quinn Thompson. Hadn't even been in the game for 30 seconds. And we are all even with just over 2 minutes to go in this first half. The momentum has shifted to the Nighthawks. They've been aggressive all day. Stefan Shango going to stay on that. Rivas punts it away. Lotta wins the header, but it is going to go out and going to be a Flagler throw-in right here for Joshua Fox. 8 shots today for North Georgia. That was the second one on goal, and it got by Rivas, the keeper. And now if you're North Georgia, got to be careful to not let Flagler get anything. A massive emotion shift in this one. What felt like frustration, I'm sure pent-up frustration after the Aiken game, has now turned into jubilation as we are even. Thompson able to clear that one away. Shango got a little bit of a shove right there. Vitelli tried to get to it. Ball still in direct sunlight. Headed away right there by Bentley. Flagler going to come away with it. Stefan Shango being really aggressive towards that Flagler back line when they get the ball to their feet. Quinn Thompson right there defending. They're going to try to send it cross field. Wide open look. Maddox Griffith has it. DJ Shin trying to get there first. He crosses it away, and it's taken away by Vukic and Lukovic. Now coming up on 1 minute left in this half. Lukovic going to get it forward, looking for Vitelli. Vitelli's going to have one man to beat on this left side. There's the move. Vitelli still has it, slowing the game now. Some Nighthawks get to their attacking third. Lotta has it inside the box. Crossover, look. Oh, an attempt right there by Will Bentley.
Yeah, it was very good, and it looks like maybe Flagler's defense on the back line is starting to feel that pressure from North Georgia, in which they've been applying this whole game. They might be starting to feel it back there, because that was another good opportunity for North Georgia. Almost had it there. If it weren't for that missed kick, North Georgia might be up 2-1 in this one.
Yeah, Ryan Rivas took his time right there to get rid of that one. And I'm sure they know 20 seconds left. UNG obviously got a massive strike of momentum right here. Here's a throw in for Flagler. Maybe another shot. 15 seconds. Clock ticking. It's headed in. Lukovic clears it. Flagler gets it at midfield. And it's going to roll to the far side. Kept in by the Saints. And that'll do it for the first half of play from Lynn Cottrell Park. The equalizer was found by Quinn Thompson, the senior, to make it 1-1 in this matchup. We're going to have a quick break, and we will be right back here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
All right, show me how you did that again. I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here. At Georgia Heart Institute, our breakthroughs in artificial intelligence could accurately model and predict future heart problems decades in advance, so you can make plans today to be just where you're needed tomorrow.
I'm here.
The future of heart care. We're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Read. So welcome back to Lynn Cottrell Park here in Dahlonega, Georgia. We're all even through the first 45. North Georgia got the equalizer in the 43rd minute so far in this one. A goal apiece. Those were scored by Alex Alexandru for Flagler and Quinn Thompson for the Nighthawks. The story in this one, Nighthawks have been shooting the ball all over, 9 shots to Flagler's 5. Save the piece for both keepers, Rivas and Lukic, in this one. And we came into talking about the fouls between these two, and it's reflected so far in this one.
Yeah, and really, combined 11 fouls so far in the first half. But you really want to go back to North Georgia and what they were able to do towards the end of that first half, able to finally break through, get their own goal, and game tied at 1 apiece. And this is a huge game, as this is for the Peach Belt Conference lead. And North Georgia, scoreless against USC Aiken, and now able to do it against a better Flagler team today. It's huge, and really that difference maker for a lot of that was the ball just going over the head of some of the defenders, and Flagler able to take advantage of that, and that's how they got their first goal up on the board.
Yeah, breakdown for North Georgia, but it doesn't feel like something that's going to be sustained in this one. Feels like their back line has been really good so far, and, of course, Quinn Thompson coming off the bench and making something happen. Fans, with the all-new online retail store, fans can wear what the Nighthawks wear. Fans can choose from name brands like Nike, Ultra Club, Port Authority, and more. The Sideline Shop features gear for all situations. Get your apparel today at nighthawksidelinesshop.com. I know the new NG logo has stirred up a craze here. I know we've got some new stuff up in the PA booth. It looks great on all of our clothing, and you too can wear it at nighthawksidelinesshop.com. We're going to take another quick break here from Lynn Cottrell Park before we get right back here for the second half of Flagler versus North Georgia.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of UNG Athletics. Bryan Properties, serving all your commercial real estate needs. Dahlonega Resort and Vineyard, escape to the North Georgia mountains for your next weekend getaway. Achasta, golf, community, and tranquility. Coca-Cola, the official sideline provider for North Georgia Athletics.
Welcome back to Lynn Cottrell Park here in Dahlonega, Georgia for the second half of the Flagler versus North Georgia men's soccer game for the top of the Peach Belt Conference. So far in this one, it's been exciting. A goal apiece has us equal at ones. Those came from Alex Alexandru and Quinn Thompson off the bench for North Georgia. Story of this one has been the aggression by the Nighthawks. It's only turned into one goal, but they have been all over keeper Ryan Rivas in this one. You're remiss that we didn't mention women's soccer coming up just after this at 4 o'clock right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. They're going to be playing Georgia Southwestern. Senior night for them. They're undefeated in the Peach Belt Conference, so they're looking to keep that up and get another home win for their resume on the season as it winds down. But in this one, you hope to see much of the same out of North Georgia. Stay aggressive. I feel like we haven't even talked about Flagler having the ball in this one so far.
No, we really haven't, and we mentioned at halftime that was the difference maker in this game, was the fact that it got over past halfway point, and then Flagler getting the goal where really it could have been an even game. But now it's a whole new game entering the second half. Both teams tied at 1. The key for North Georgia here is that, they got to keep up that pressure at the same time, but don't let those mistakes that happened early on in the first half for Flagler to score a goal, because North Georgia's been in full control of this game really the whole entire time, except for that really few times that Flagler's really had possession.
And even when Flagler gets the possession, it just seems like their opportunities are rushed, as opposed to North Georgia, who Lotta, Mitchell, you saw Vitelli there at the end of the half, slowing the game down, trying to set things up. They have plays in motion that they want to get done, and Flagler on the other end just hasn't really had that going for them. I must mention that earlier in the season when UNG went down to St. Augustine and played the Saints, they went into half down 1-0, came out of that one with a 2-1 victory. So the second half was better than the first half. The last time these two matched up, we're going to see if it's much of the same. We're underway in the second 45. Quickly, UNG going to take possession on the far side of the field. Flagler trying to fight for it back, going to roll out of bounds. Going to be a North Georgia throw-in. It's going to be Vitelli. No, he's going to throw it back. He will not be taking the throw.
Yeah, and Flagler, North Georgia winning the last two matchups. And North Georgia, the one thing they're going to have to keep up on is hopefully they can keep up the pressure in the second half, because you also don't want to wear down at the same time either.
Yeah, of course, it's a lot hotter than it was last game. I mean, it's also cooler than it was when the season started, so it's not like these guys aren't trained in nutrition well. I know Anel Lilich has these guys ready to roll no matter the conditions. But it also comes down to these halftime adjustments. Obviously there's no way that Flagler is completely content with how that first half went offensively. So you'd expect them to make some drastic changes, try to change things up. They have the ball at midfield here. Looks like they're going to try to send it far. All the players have gone to the edge of the box on North Georgia's defending third. Looks like they're telling Stefan Shango to back away a little bit. And here's the strike. It's going to make it into the box. And Lukic gets it away, kicked away right now by Will Bentley. Shango fighting for it. He gets it over far side. It's at the feet of Lotta. Lotta tries to turn around, slow it down, and it stays in bounds on that far side shin, and it's going to go out of bounds. But they're going to say that North Georgia is going to reclaim possession.
That's a good kick out of the box for North Georgia, because you saw Lukic come out of the box or out of his area, and could have been a dangerous situation because there were a lot of Flagler players down there.
Yeah, most definitely. Will Bentley was the one to kick that away for the Nighthawks, and that was a big moment. Obviously, you didn't want to come out of the half and immediately go down. They only scored with about 2 minutes left in that first half, so that's a pretty big moment to kick that one away. Now here is the goal scorer for the Nighthawks, Quinn Thompson. He's going to get it in to Sandoval, back out to Thompson. He's going to try to chip it into the box. going to have a look, headed away by Flagler again. They're going to try to chase it over into the corner and win it, but now intercepted by DJ Shin. Shin has it, looking, trying to make something happen. He gets it into Shango. Got away from the feet of Stefan Shango right there, and the Saints able to take over on the near side. Defended by Sandoval, going to send it far. It's going to find Owen Wallace. Wallace gets it into Lotta. Lotta working his way. Thompson behind him for support, gets it in. Sandoval back to Thompson. Lotta called for it. He got it. He passes it in. Jensen gets it over to DJ Shin, and another thing we saw in the first half, Nighthawks having that ability to hold on to the ball, try to make whatever they want to happen. It's a fight right there, still at the feet of Vitelli, and it's going to be called. It's going to be a penalty look here for North Georgia, and what a moment in this one. Flagler pleading their case, don't think it's going to matter much. It was Tyler Vitelli that had the ball and went down there, drew the foul, and now all of a sudden a massive moment early in this second half.
This will probably be the biggest shot of the game for North Georgia. And their biggest focus is to get this one into the back of the net.
Looks like it's going to be Tyler Vitelli to take it. Rivas versus Vitelli right here. 41:55 to go in the second half. Just got underway. What a moment in Dahlonega. Oh, and Vitelli just off the right post. Rivas guessed it right. Vitelli got the angle, but just a bit too far. Now Shin has it. Oh, demoralizing for the Nighthawks right there. Surely Tyler Vitelli was going to sink that one and give them the advantage.
Yeah, that was a big, as I said, there's a lot of pressure on that shot to potentially put North Georgia up in the lead for the first time in this one.
Here he is again with the crosser. That one's going to be headed over the net. That was off the head of Will Bentley. Vitelli quickly got back to it and tried to make something happen, and now you got to imagine a bit of a momentum shift for Flagler. They were able to evade disaster to start this second half. So now how will they punch back? Rivas telling the team to get down. He wants to send this one far. Try to get it into their attacking third of the field. He's going to boot it away into a sea of white and black uniforms. Mikey Jensen fights for it. Headed away by a Saint. Just missed the foot of Owen Wallace, but nothing to be nervous about. Gets it to Thompson. Thompson kicks it away. Was looking for Shango, but it's going to find the arms of Ryan Rivas right there at the edge of the box. Camilo Vera had it. Got it back right there to Jackson Carilla. Back to the keeper, Rivas. Rivas working far side. Stefan Shango getting over there to defend. And stolen away by Shin. Gets it back to Lukovic. Lukovic up to Shin on that far side. Oh, still can't get over how close that one was by Tyler Vitelli. Almost a massive moment in the game, but much of the same we saw in this first half. North Georgia still really controlling the pace of this one.
And North Georgia, that's the thing that's been kind of troublesome for them, is when they're in their attacking third, they have struggles having an opportunity where there aren't a lot of defenders in the box. So that was a big miss to have right there, because that's really your best opportunity in the whole game. There might have been, I think, 2 opportunities in the first half where you kind of had that open net situation, not a lot of defenders in front of the ball. You know, and that's a shot you definitely gotta sink in.
Yeah, it was one-on-one right there. Didn't go the Nighthawks' way, but most definitely hasn't dampened their spirits at all, as offensively they are still making things happen. Going to be a race for the ball right here, but the ball's going to win it and roll out of bounds into Nighthawk possession. Lukashin Lukovic was the one chasing it over there on that far sideline. So we mentioned UNG, a 2-game winning streak against Flagler right now, and with a 5-16-1 record in this matchup history. That means a lot for North Georgia. I think it gives them a lot of confidence in this game. Ball now on that near side, and a man fell. That was Camilo Vera. Here comes Thompson. He scored earlier. He's going to get inside the box. He's going to look. It's going to be kicked away right there. That was Jackson Carilla, the one that got it away. And Quinn Thompson had another really good look right there. Like it's going to be a throw-in for the Nighthawks right over there near the corner. It's going to be a long throw into the box. Bit of pushing, bit of shoving. Stefan Shango almost had a look at it, cleared away by Flagler. It'll be another throw for North Georgia, this one on the edge of midfield. Quinn Thompson going to throw it in for the Nighthawks. Had some contact off both players right there. Adam Lotta gets it. Slowing the game down, Wallace. Now to Lukovic. Lukovic looking left side. That's Vitelli. Makes a man miss. Still has possession of the ball. Fantastic job right there by Tyler Vitelli to make it happen. Mikey Jensen with it now. Over to DJ Shin. Nighthawks have a look here. Back to Shin. Gonna try the crosser. Shango. Couldn't quite materialize. Vitelli fighting for the ball right now. Flagler gonna get possession. Breakaway opportunity, and here's what we've been talking about with North Georgia. How can they get these bodies back? And a nice interception right there by Vukic and Lukovic. Gets it up to DJ Shin. Shin, heavy contact. And the foul gonna be drawn right there. DJ Shin gonna take it, get it to Lukovic or Adam Lotta. Brought ahead to Thompson. Thompson tries to get it in and kicked away by Flagler. Quinn Thompson, it seems like when he gets the ball on his foot, he just is wanting to make things happen and is doing an extraordinary job at it so far. Going to be another throw in right here for the Nighthawks on that right near side corner. Throw goes in. Flagler gets to it first. Vitelli almost had a look at it. And now Ryan Rivas just going to lay out for it on the edge of the box, make sure no funny business goes on with the Nighthawks. Still even at 1, almost 10 minutes down here in this second half of play from Lynn Cottrell Park. Flagler now has a bit of a look. Nighthawk defense is there to pressure. That's DJ Shin and Tyler Vitelli. One away by the Nighthawks. Mikey Jensen gets it over to Vitelli. Will Bentley now the one with his foot on it, and the miss hit going to send it out of bounds. Flagler going to have a throw-in opportunity. Quick to work are the Saints. That's Gustav Moberg that had it initially off the throw-in. Saints working it into the middle of the field. Get it back here. Carrillo passes it over to Vera. Pressure right there from Quinn Thompson. Going to be a foul called. The receiving end of that was the goal scorer for the Saints, Alex Alexandru, as he gingerly walks away. Gustav Moberg going to be the one to take the kick here for the Saints. North Georgia team getting back with the exception of Stefan Shango. And we saw this earlier in the half. Flagler tried to get it into the box and try to score a goal on this. The kick's in. It's a low line drive. And the Nighthawks just going to clear out and let Lukic handle it. Lukic going to roll this one out to Quinn Thompson. Player of the game for the Hawks so far, number 2. He gets it to Jorge Sandoval. Sandoval makes a move in left. He gets by 1. Still fighting for it. Possession going to stay with the Nighthawks.
You mentioned it there. Quinn Thompson, as soon as he subbed into the game, has been the difference maker for North Georgia, getting that equalizing goal right before the end of the second half.
Here's Mikey Jensen with it. Gets it back. Lukovic. Over to Wallace. And you see right here, this is something we didn't really see in the first half. North Georgia slowing the ball down in their defending third in possession. But now you see Flagler getting a little bit aggressive. It seems that they've had enough of being on the bad end of aggression in this game. Here's an opportunity. Rivas jumps up for it and had the height advantage on Tyler Vitelli with the outstretched arms. And is going to hang on to that one. 34 minutes, creeping up on 34 minutes left here in this second half, all even at 1 apiece. Nighthawks' last game resulted in a draw, with USC Aiken trying to avoid similar fate here. Alexa Lukic finds his way to the ball and gets it forward to Adam Lotta. North Georgia this year has had a pretty quality season as you see Thompson just send one over to Rivas. 6-4-2 coming into play overall, 4-2-1 in the PBC. They've struggled a bit here at Lynn Cottrell Park. Just 1 win, 3 losses, and 2 draws, trying to add another one to the win column. But Nell Lilich, in his first full-time season as the Nighthawks head coach, has 28 new players on the team to work with. So the fact that they are in this battle for the top spot in the PBC definitely speaks to the coaching staff for North Georgia and all these new guys just stepping up and making things happen.
Yeah, and we saw at the end of, really in the middle of the offseason, North Georgia men's soccer, the old men's soccer coach, stepped down pretty late towards the end of the offseason, so it was Annette Lilich who had to take over, and now this is his first full opportunity that he's had a full entire offseason to prepare for the regular season as a head coach.
Well, Ryan Rivas getting his conditioning in this one so far. Right there, he went to the right side of the box, was able to take away that ball, had a streaking Vitelli. He was looking for the opportunity. Now Flagler on the other end. And who do you know? Quinn Thompson has the ball at his feet, intercepts the pass. It was a long pass, probably not the best one. He strikes one across, and Flagler finds their way to it. Thompson fighting for it, falls to. And that was taken by Flagler, but now back in UNG Nighthawk possession, working on that far side. Trying to make something happen. And a shove, no call. Back to Shin. Shin assessing the situation, gets it over to Jensen. Jensen, not a Lotta. Lotta one-on-one opportunity, gets it over to the corner. Quinn Thompson. Thompson going to try to cross it in. He gets past the man. Sandoval can't make anything happen with it yet. Here's a look for Lotta. Just misses the feet of Shango. Cleared away by Flagler. Another opportunity for North Georgia. Gone by the wayside. They're going to get it back now to DJ Shin. Aggression ramping up in this one. Far side of the box. Looking, trying to make something happen. Flagler still there. UNG now has it, trying to make anything happen. Quinn Thompson with it. Here's Sandoval's look. Deflects off of Saint. Lotta has it from just outside the box. He chips it in far. Saints headed away. UNG trying to retain possession right here. It's a dogfight. Gets away. Now a Flagler man streaking down the near side. Intercepted by Lukovic. He's going to get it back to Alexa Lukic and end the Flagler threat quickly.
Yeah, North Georgia had a few opportunities there to punch it in, but, you know, a couple nice ball placements too. But as we said in the first half, there's just been either a Flagler foot or a Flagler head there to knock the ball out.
Really been the story of the last couple games for the Nighthawks. The opportunities have presented themselves. They just cannot find a way to score the goals necessary. That one going to be headed out of bounds by Owen Wallace. Flagler going to have a throw-in opportunity. And some Saints making their way onto the pitch in this one with 30 minutes to go, a half hour left. Starting to see a little bit of the changes. Of course, subs were a big part of this one, considering Quinn Thompson came in and in his first 30 seconds found the back of the net. He has the equalizer for North Georgia, so do we think a sub could be the difference maker in the second half as well?
Yeah, we definitely could see that. I mean, you mentioned there Quinn Thompson comes in for North Georgia and immediately gets a goal. So, you know, we'll see what the impacts of these subs have, but you never know.
Opportunity for Flagler, and it's going to be kicked away really quickly by Will Bentley. Nice job stepping in the way of that one. And a foul called on or against Bentley right there. Stepping on for Flagler, it's going to be Marcus Hitherman and Finn Wygett. Wygett, the PBC leader in goals with 5, so he's the man the Nighthawks are going to have to be apprehensive working with in this one. This ball is going to take 2 bounces and find its way to the feet of Owen Wallace. He gets over to DJ Shin. Shin been a big member in this one, said his name a lot today. Here's a look for Vitelli, far side. Makes a cut in. He's going to be kicked. No foul called this time for Vitelli. Still in possession of the ball. 3-on-1. Goes to the ground again. He intervenes with that one. Now Shango slides in. Still, and I believe a call now going to be made against Stefan Shango. Flagler player holding at that left knee, slow to get up. Looks like that's Joshua Fox on the far side of the field. Just under 29 minutes left here at Lynn Cottrell Park in Dahlonega, Georgia. The UNG Nighthawks trying to find a way to defeat Flagler for a second time this season, 3rd time in a row, and pick up their 7th win of the season. Ball taken by Lukovic. Slowly trying to figure out who he wants to send it to. It's going to be Autumn Lotta at midfield. Lotta now gets it up. Sandoval. Sandoval trying to work one-on-one. Some more Flagler St. defenders get in there. He crosses it. Oh, and just an opportunity. Here's a look. Oh, and again blocked away by Flagler. Rivas dives for it and is going to take over again. North Georgia in the box. I think Ryan Rivas might have nightmares tonight about these black UNG jerseys because they have been in his face all game long. But so far, not just Rivas, but all the defenders on this Flagler team have done a fantastic job of not letting anything happen when they get these looks. Ball's going to ricochet out of bounds and be a Flagler throw here.
Yeah, and that was a good job there. Even Flagler, even though didn't have as many defenders in the box this time, still saw Rivas come up with the crucial grab to prevent North Georgia from scoring another goal, and that's just the story of the game for North Georgia. It just always seems like there's somebody back there.
Why not get at it again? Here's Autumn Lotta. He's defended, goes to the ground. That was Reese Skeen defending. Ball now at the feet of Toby McCollum, intercepted. Pass to her. Here's Sandoval. Sandoval working on these defenders. Gets it over to Lotta. Lotta somehow able to keep composed and stay with it. He's going to get it over. Little far. Sandoval with a look. Off the keeper, Rivas. Rivas going to make it happen again, and you see the reaction from Autumn Lotta. Unbelievable that they have this many looks, and somehow Flagler just continues to intervene at the last second and make sure North Georgia can't get anything going. At the feet of Vera now. He passes it in, looking at Skeen. Vera again with it. Pass back to Moberg. Moberg now trying to work the Saints into their attacking third as you see a flurry of players over there by the treehouse getting ready to sub into this one with just over 25 minutes left to play. Here's a look for Flagler. Lotta defending, trying to make something happen. Reese Skeen has it. Skeen going to go across the middle. Headed away by the Nighthawks. Lotta fighting again for it. Flagler gets possession back. Mikey Jensen with the intervention. Here's Lotta now with it. Gets it over to Shin. North Georgia trying to get it out of their defending third. Down goes a Saint. And here goes North Georgia. Will Bentley fighting for the ball right now. He's possessed it for quite some time. He's going to pass it off to Owen Wallace on the near side. Now to Thompson, the lone goal scorer for the Nighthawks today. It's a race down the sideline. He's going to get it in. Oh, it was Shongo right there, deflected away by the Saints. Lotta lets it roll through to Lukovic. Lukovic, far side Shin. DJ Shin again with it right here. Off of Flagler. Saint goes right up in the air, headed away. Shin keeps it inbounds. Vitelli on that far side trying to make something happen. Goes to the outside of the box, passes it. It gets just by Lotta. Going to be a foot race for it. Not much of a contest, though. Owen Wallace wins it. Now back Lotta. Jensen with it. He gets it over to Shin, far side of the field in the shade. Ball intercepted. Flagler now on the attack. UNG has the numbers defensively. A foot on it. Lukovic back to Lukic. Lukic gets it over to Owen Wallace. Wallace back to Lukic. Creeping up on the 25-minute mark in the second half. Mikey Jensen in possession of the ball, trying to get the Nighthawks down the field to get the advantage goal. Here's Vitelli. Tries to make a move. Ball going to be kicked out of bounds. Nice play by Joshua Fox for the Saints. Ball stays in possession of the Nighthawks. It's like a throw going to be coming up right here for North Georgia. And it looks like the flurry of substitutions has occurred in this one. Quite a few new faces on both sides.
Number 7, Harris Osman Basic. Number 9, Santiago Cano. And number 22, Max Mitchell.
So Harris, Osman Basic, Santiago Cano, and Max Mitchell. The three Nighthawks stepping in. Long throw, going to get through at the feet of Cano. Cano mishit. Taken away by Flagler. They're working their way back down the field. Bit of an errant pass, going to be close to the sideline. I think it hit off a Nighthawk. It did. Hit off the foot of Santiago Cano. He fought for it over there after the errant pass. It's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. On the other end of things for Flagler, Sam Reynolds, one of those checking in, along with Xavier Ryan. Yeah, Miles Shanley, who went out with the injury earlier, and Jesse Van Krimpen in for the Flagler Saints. Going to be a throw-in on the far side next to the new NG logo on the treehouse. They're going to go backwards with it. Osman Basic tries to defend quickly. Kano there as well. Osman Basic giving chase on that far side. Ball sent away. Headed away now by North Georgia. Still in the possession of Flagler. Gustav Moberg. He gets it away. Now going up to that far side corner. It's a race, and again one by North Georgia. Lukic off his foot. Bit of a mishit. Chance for Flagler. Intercepted. Here comes Vera. He gets it in. Nice intervention right there. No whistle. Lukovic over to Mitchell. Mitchell checking in for the first time since the first half, trying to be that spark plug the Hawks need here with 23 minutes to go. He's far side, dancing around the edge of the box. Passes up to Kano. Kano, top of the box, back to Lotta. There's the shot right into the hands of Ryan Rivas. Mikey Jensen took that one. Not the hardest shot we've ever seen, and Ryan Rivas didn't have to move his feet to get to it. Flagler now trying to get back on the advantage. Jensen steps in here, though. Here's an opportunity for North Georgia. Kano over Osman Basic. Osman Basic goes to his right, tries to shoot it. Rivas going to make his way over there to his right and scoop it up. North Georgia, a bit of a few soft shots right there. Ryan Rivas didn't have to work too hard to get a hold of them. They're going to try to advance the ball downfield right now. Looking for Xavier Ryan, second on the team in goals scored. Here's Jensen. He's going to get over the head. Jorge Sandoval heads it. Xavier Ryan, bit of a shove right there on Lotta. Lotta, though, able to stay composed, stay with it. Lotta to the turf. Foul going to be called. And frustration for the Saints, especially with Xavier Ryan. Quinn Thompson going to kick it in. Far side, Max Mitchell. Headed away. That was Miles Shanley that made the play right there. Throw in by Max Mitchell. DJ Shin still with it. Played every minute in this one. Mitchell, far side. And no one there for the Nighthawks. Flagler just going to kick that one away. Nighthawk bench plays their best wide receiver. That ball punted away. DJ Shin with it, midfield. Trying to work past this Flagler defense and get one in the goal. Now it's Max Mitchell. Mitchell gets it in, but it's going to find its way to the back netting. Nothing happening right there for the Nighthawks, and Max Mitchell be a goal kick for Flagler.
Yeah, we're starting to see, I wouldn't say a momentum shift, but we're starting to see that the ball is not placed as much in North Georgia attacking third anymore, and is now being placed around more or less around the midfield point. And that's a sign it might be that either Flagler's getting a lot more aggressive or North Georgia's starting to wear it down a little bit offensively. So we'll see where this thing continues to go throughout the game, but quite interesting to start seeing that a little bit here.
Yeah, down on the field goes Jesse Van Krimpen for Flagler. He's slow to get up. Ball on the far side of the field, so it won't matter much. Mitchell trying to intervene. He does. On that far sideline, anytime the ball finds the feet of 22, you know something special is in store. Here's an opportunity for North Georgia. Kano going to shoot it. It's going to be in the hands of Ryan Rivas once more. Another fantastic job by Rivas, not letting anything happen. A steel wall in front of the blue and white net here at Lynn Cottrell Park. Trying to direct traffic. We're under 20 minutes now left in this one. Rivas going to punt that ball away past midfield towards that Flagler attacking third. It's going to find the feet of Autumn Lotta. Lotta gets it back, but an ill-advised pass. That's into the feet of 11, Sam Reynolds. Now it's Heatherman. Heatherman fouled in a dangerous spot for North Georgia. Lotta drops the ball. North Georgia's defense now. These are the moments games are made of. You're about to see one right here. Can North Georgia make sure Flagler doesn't get the advantage? It's like Gustav Moberg is going to be the one to send it in.
Yeah, and this might be Flagler's best opportunity that they've had the entire game to get a goal up on the board.
Well, we'll see momentarily how it pans out for the Saints. Ball makes its way in. It's a bit far. It's headed. Lukic has it, though. Fantastic job by Alexa Lukic, staying composed, staying in his spot, and making it happen. Rolls it out to Adam Lotta. Lotta now one-on-one, gets it in. Santiago Cano. Cano being chased down, 2-on-1. He's going to distribute the ball over to DJ Shin on the far side at midfield. Now up to Cano again. Kano looks, Max Mitchell. Mitchell on the far side, makes a move, gets around one man. Going to send it across, it's deflected by a Saint. Still fighting for it. And it looks like it's going to be possession Nighthawks here. And quite possibly a corner. And that's a whole other story in this one. North Georgia, 9 corners in that first half. None for Flagler. Now the first one of the second half coming up. They're going to send Sandoval and Lotta over there to take it. Coming up on the 18-minute mark. Or no, it's a foul, not a corner. My mistake. So they're not going to add to that tally. But it might as well be here with the positioning over in the scoreboard shade. And here it is. It's going to be over to Sandoval. Sandoval makes his way through, makes a move, shoots on goal, just missed it. Not quite for North Georgia once again, and the frustration beginning to mount for the Nighthawks. Throw-in going to find its way in quickly for Flagler. But the ref going to intervene with that. Going to be some subs here for the Saints once again. Sending another player in. North Georgia going to do the same. North Georgia going to send Daviena back out there. And for the Saints, it's going to be Maddox Griffith. North Georgia in this substitution going to surrender Quinn Thompson. Quinn Thompson, you can't tell the story of this game without telling the story of number 2. A fantastic goal to end the first half. Second half had the ball at his feet quite a bit. This could be the end for him today, but what a game it was. What a match for Thompson. We're not done, though. Adam Lotta over to Shin. Shin looks Mitchell, far side in the shade. A miss hit by Mitchell. It's going to roll out of bounds. Flagler going to take over possession. All even up at 1 apiece. 16.5 to go.
Yeah, you mentioned Quinn Thompson. Been in there since the end of the towards the end of the first half. Got that equalizing goal for North Georgia. Now it's time for the people that have come in to put that pressure on Flagler now.
We'll take a big story in this one as we see the subs that have come in trying to make an impact in this one. Harris Austin Basic, 3 goals this season. He's going to be a big name for North Georgia down the stretch. He's a big moment player. They don't get much bigger than this. Season coming to an end soon. This is for the top of the PBC. Here's Sandoval. Defended well by Vera. Sandoval near side trying to figure out what he wants to do with the ball. He gets it to Daviena. A nice slide tackle right there by Flagler's Camilo Vera. Now Jensen to Lotta. To Wallace, now back middle, Lukovic. Lukovic ahead, Sandoval. Sandoval, middle of the box, makes a shot. Rivas there, right into his chest. Jorge Sandoval had to take the shot. He had too good of a look, but just couldn't get it past Ryan Rivas. The story for most of the Nighthawks today that have taken a shot on goal. Rivas going to punt it away. Now in possession of Flagler in a dangerous spot, but an intervention by the Nighthawks. It was DJ Shin, the defender. He's making his way. He gets it up, Max Mitchell. Mitchell going to try to make a touch to get a better look right here. He's going to do so. Bit of a grab. No whistle. Looked like Mitchell was pulled to the ground, but no whistle there. Now Jensen defending. Far side is DJ Shin. Nice slide tackle off the feet, however. Can Lukovic possess it? He did for a minute, but it's back to the feet of Flagler. And now out of bounds, going to be North Georgia throw-in. The intensity ramping up with every passing second here in this one. Who's going to be the one to make the play for either side? We've seen a lot of Sandoval, Max Mitchell getting a lot of touches. Alejandro Daviena has been a big piece so far since checking in for the Nighthawks. DJ Shin hasn't come off the field yet. He's been fantastic today. He gets it to Mitchell on the far side. 3-on-1, if that tells you anything about the player Max Mitchell is. They're making sure he can't do anything with the ball in that corner. But he's going to do something anyway. Into the box, and he's going to send it, sail it far over the net. Off the protective netting. And North Georgia now going to surrender possession to Flagler with 14 minutes left.
We're starting to see here that North Georgia is starting to get a little bit more aggressive than they have been for a lot of the second half.
Yeah, their shots look a little bit more aggressive. They aren't really trying to get to the perfect look. They just are taking looks when they can get them. And as the clock winds down, maybe not the worst strategy we've ever seen. Here's Alejandro Daviena. He's going to have the throw in for the Nighthawks. Austin Basic trying to dance around and find it. It is going to go to Austin Basic. Towards the sideline, still going to be UNG possession. It was kicked away by Camilo Vera. Clock going to come to a stop here. There's going to be a substitution for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, that's a new rule in the NCAA today, or this season, excuse me. Clock stops with under 15 when subs are being made, especially with the leading team.
So Miguel Romero comes in. Harris, Osman Basic off. A short stint for number 7 in this one. Here's Lotta, gets it in. A bicycle attempt right there. That one's going to sail. No good as well. It was an attempt by Romero to bicycle that one into the back of the net and get it by. Ryan Rivas did not work out. And then Max Mitchell sent it again over the net. Coming up on 13 to go here in the second half. We're even at 1 apiece. A goal by Alex Alexandro and one by Quinn Thompson for UNG has us even in a battle for the top spot in the PBC. Max Mitchell gets it to Shin. Shin ahead to Romero. Romero now going to fight. Doesn't have the numbers advantage. He passes it into Sandoval. Sandoval back to Cano. Cano going to take a deep shot off the tips and caught by Ryan Rivas.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of North Georgia's shots are starting to get further and further away from the box. They're trying to strike it into the goal, but as you mentioned, the Flagler's goalkeeper is there for every opportunity that North Georgia has on goal.
Looked like it might have been a hand there on Flagler. No call. Some aggressive defending, and now Flagler going to have an opportunity. Making their way to the left side. Player goes down. And a whistle now. And it looks like it's going to go against the Saints. It's going to be a goal kick here. Quickly done away by Lukic. Owen Wallace possesses it. He's got an array of Nighthawks around him to get it to. He decides on Vukic and Lukovic. Far side Shin. Gets it ahead to Cano. Cano now. Chased down by some Saints players. Gets it over. Max Mitchell on the left side of the field. Gets around one. Top of the box. Passes it. Adam Lotta now. He's going to take a deep shot. It's going to sail. Just missed the flagpole at top of the protective netting. And another deep shot for the Nighthawks that sails. Clock going to come to a stop here with 11:40 to play. Another sub. This one's going to be for the Saints. Off goes number 11, Sam Reynolds.
Stepping on for the Saints, number 25, Williams.
And Luke Williams going to be willing to check in. Sophomore forward for the Saints. They possess it, and down he goes. Lotta able to keep it in bounds. Nice job by Adam Lotta right there. Gets it quickly to Sandoval. Short pass with some heat on it. Sandoval dancing around, dribbling, trying to make something happen. Gets it to Jensen. Jensen now to Shin. Shin looking Max Mitchell again. We saw this a lot in the first half out of UNG. It didn't work out. Will it work out in the second half here? Max Mitchell doing a fantastic job keeping the ball in his possession. Sandoval now falls under trouble. He's got to look. He's going to roll it in, and it's going to be taken away by Ryan Rivas again. Rivas, a lot of work in this second half. So far in this one, 8 saves for Ryan Rivas. So again, the story of the last couple games for North Georgia has been opportunities without goals, and seems a lot of the same here today. That one's shot away, going to be Flagler ball on the edge of their attacking third, so North Georgia going to have to hunker down right here. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in this second half. Some good goal scorers in the game for both teams. Flagler, the best offensive team in the PBC this season. They've been fantastic. They lead it in goals, assists, average scores, margin of victories, and they're second in shots. Here they got to look. It's going to roll slowly out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Nighthawks. Alexa Lukic just gets it quickly over to Owen Wallace. Wallace to Daviena. Daviena falls under pressure quickly right here from Marcus Heatherman. Gets it over to Jensen, however. Jensen's got some running room. He's just going to send it lackadaisically over to DJ Shin. Shin possesses. Pass again to Mitchell. Mitchell, far side of the field, gets it in. It's going to be a race, and it's going to be won by Ryan Rivas. Miguel Romero tried to be there and make something happen. Ball just went a little far from Mitchell. Romero defending. Going to be sent away towards midfield. DJ Shin going to be there to receive it. It's off his feet. He's able to keep it in bounds. He's going to get it back to Vukic and Lukovic. Lukovic has his pick. He picks Wallace. Wallace looking. Gets it back to Lukovic. Lukovic now going to get it back to Lukic. Flagler been a lot more aggressive defending when UNG is just trying to slow the game down in this second half. Could be due in part to the fact that the Nighthawks have had so many shots. Could be the reason the Nighthawks are taking such long shots. Romero gives it up here. Mikey Jensen with it. Jensen goes to his left. He gets it to Max Mitchell. Max Mitchell cuts right. Gets it out. DJ Shin. Shin going to chip it in. Would have been a nice look right there for Kano. Instead, it's going to be out to Sandoval. Sandoval makes a move. Lotta has it. Gets it over. Daviena. Daviena dancing around with it. 2 Flagler defenders on him. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it over. Adam Lotta. Lotta's got a good look here. He gets it over to Sandoval. Sandoval into Lotta. Lotta right there. Lotta trying to make a man miss. That's Vera. He gets it out of the box. Fantastic look. Couldn't quite materialize. Pass intercepted now by Flagler. Flagler on the near side. Going to try to pass it in. It bounces off of Mikey Jensen. Jensen possesses. No Saint near him right now. And the clock going to stop with 8:18 left. Player down for Flagler. Must have occurred when the Nighthawks got close to scoring a goal right there. Flagler showing some displeasure towards a ref right now. Looks like number 6, Miles Shanley, who was injured earlier, voicing his displeasure with the referee in this one. 8:18 left to go, still even at 1 apiece. North Georgia still right there on the brink of putting one in the back of the net, just haven't been able to get it to go. It's been fun. Going to have 8 minutes left here in this one when play resumes. Fans, we want to remind you again to visit the Nighthawks Sideline Shop. You can wear what the Nighthawks wear. Brand new North Georgia logo to support all the North Georgia teams. Men's soccer here in a fantastic battle with Flagler, even up at 1 apiece. So make sure to visit nighthawksidelineshop.com and get your new gear. Have some new items that just released. Can look just as good as the players out here, as it looks like we're getting ready to get going again.
Yeah, probably after today's games are over, I'm going to probably order some new gear on the Nighthawk shop. The North Georgia script logo, we got that in stock, and then the new NG logo as well. And
I know I saw a hat that piqued my interest on the website, that script North Georgia hat. And I think I need a polo, right?
yeah, a polo. I need a sweatshirt because all my other sweatshirts that I have for North Georgia and the hoodies are all the old NG logo, so I got to get some new gear. So
got to get some new stuff going in here. My rotation of shirts is starting to get a little slim, so I think I'm going to have to pay to visit this afternoon. But we got going again right here. Alejandro Daviena on the near side has possession of the ball. He's going to try to chip it into the box, but Ryan Rivas right there to take it. And again, the ball finds the mitts of Rivas. That green kit has had a lot of action in this one. He's been all over the place. 9 saves as opposed to 2 by Lukic. Nothing of Lukic is doing. Flagler just hasn't had the looks. Lotta now slowly over to Shin. Shin working that far side. Pass ahead. Mitchell. Mitchell tries to get it in. It's off the back of a Flagler player. Almost had a look by Kano right there. Instead it's cleared out. Lukovic, it's off his foot. He's going to turn around and try to play it right here. Owen Wallace sends it up. Daviena. Daviena near side. Makes the man fall. Trying to make it happen. Off a Flagler defender. Still with Daviena on the edge of the box. Gets it in. A fantastic stop. Here's Sandoval. Sandoval over. Here's a look. Going to be high. Just missed Adam Lotta. Had the look. Couldn't get it to drop. Another high miss by the Nighthawks. And Flagler going to send some subs in. 3 of them. As North Georgia again denied in their attacking third. And for the Saints, it's going to be Phillip Young, Finn Wygant, and Reese Skeen checking in. And again, Finn Wygant, goal-scoring leader in the PBC. He wears number 20. Fight over there by Mitchell. Ball's going to roll out. Mitchell goes down to the turf. We talked about the chippiness, one of those moments happening over there next to the treehouse. North Georgia has possession. Ref trying to separate the two, and keep the civilness of this one alive as we have checked down here to about 6 minutes left.
Yeah, expect things to get chippy here. It's both a high-pressure situation for not only North Georgia but also Flaglers. We're in a tied ball game with 6 minutes left to go.
So here's Lotta. Gets it over here to Owen Wallace. Wallace puts the brakes on, performs a spin move, and then gets it back to Lotta. Defended by Wygett. Over Daviena. Here's Sandoval. Wygett behind him. Sandoval goes left, doesn't win the battle. Taken away by Flaglers. Gustav Moberg. Moberg fighting, clears ahead. Owen Wallace going to try to be there. It's to the feet of Luke Williams. Nice slide right there by Owen Wallace.
Might have been the nicest slide that we've seen all game.
What a play it was.
Yeah, good stop for North Georgia.
With Wygett coming into the game and the opportunity over there, it looked like Luke Williams would have a shot at a crosser, and if a crosser could have got to Wygett, his stats back it up. He's fantastic at getting the job done. But now it's going to be a corner for the Saints. 5 minutes left to play here at Lynn Cottrell Park in Dahlonega for the top of the PBC. The corner makes its way in. Headed in. Still alive. And a fantastic job, Alexa Lukic. It looked like the Saints surely were going to have a goal right there, but Alexa Lukic made sure of it. Not happening. He's going to get rid of it now to DJ Shin. Nighthawks running out of time to take the advantage goal. Lukovic over, Lottom. Lotta puts the brakes on, trying to get around Wygett, gets it up to Jensen. Jensen at midfield. Pass over, it's going to be Shin. Shin crosses midfield. North Georgia on the attack. Max Mitchell once again. Mike cuts it back, passes it over to Jensen. Jensen trying to figure out what he wants to do with it. He wants Lotta. Lotta to the inside. Daviena gets it out. Wallace back to Lotta. Lotta middle of the field directing traffic. Here's Jensen. Jensen over to Shin. Max Mitchell over there with him. They're going to get it to Max Mitchell. Tries to cut back. Here's Shin. Here's the opportunity. Chipped in. Not quite. Ryan Rivas. The man in the arena does it once again. A fantastic opportunity. I thought surely that was the one to put North Georgia ahead, but alas, we're still even with 3.5 to go.
Rivas has been there all day for Flagler and comes up with another big stop for the Saints.
Just a massive stop on back-to-back ends, one by Lukic, one by Rivas. Here they're going to get it over to Lukic. Lukic at his feet, being attacked by some Saints players. He gets it away to midfield, right to the chest of a Saint, over his head. Here's Kano fighting for it. Chibanez continues. Down goes a Saint. Foul going to be called. On the day, that's going to be 12 for North Georgia. That gives them the lead over Flagler's 11. The shot was by Miguel Romero for the Nighthawks. And a fantastic save by Ryan Rivas. Keeps it from being a 2-1 game under 3 minutes. It's going to be Reese Skeen right here, it looks like, to take the kick for the Saints. Tension's high in this one. We're even at 1. Kicks in, headed. Opportunity for Flagler. Lukic takes it. Now what can North Georgia do? He's going to punt it away past midfield. He's looking deep for Romero. Ball bounces up. Rivas going to come out. He's going to handle it. It was a deep punt right there by Lukic, I'm sure, to get it out of Flagler territory. It achieved that. Flagler, however, now able to set it up. Deep ball. Headed by the Saints. Now going back. Still in Saints possession. Wygett lets it go through. It's to Heatherman. Heatherman trying to make a play. He gets it in. It's intercepted by the Nighthawks. Now Lotta with it. He's going to try to work up his way. Lotta still has it. Flagler has turned up the heat on defense, trying to make the Nighthawks uncomfortable in their defending third. DJ Shin with it now. Shin on the far side gets it up. It's going to be a battle. Kano tried to win it, but a nice slide tackle kept it away from the Nighthawks now. Flagler back again. Who's going to win there? Down it goes. It's going to be North Georgia ball. Foul called. 90 seconds left here at Lynn Cottrell Park. Got to make it happen here. Here's Mikey Jensen. Over to DJ Shin, far side. Shin gets it ahead. Max Mitchell with it now. Saints all over Mitchell. 2 players go to the turf. And it looks like the foul is going to go on Max Mitchell for the Nighthawks. Clock continues to tick, reaching 1 minute left in this one.
1 minute. 1 minute to play.
Nighthawks' last game was a draw, 0-0 this one. They're hoping they can keep a draw 1-1 right now. Flagler going to take over possession.
See, clock stop of 59.2 seconds.
Definitely not what the Nighthawks wanted. Allowed Flagler to get their defense down there, get a little bit of a breather as they try to make this last push. Owen Wallace goes way up with his leg. Foul called. Foul going to be called on Owen Wallace right there. And now, you want to talk about a tense moment. From about 27 yards, Flagler is going to have an attempt. And with how good North Georgia was on the offensive end all day today, how little opportunities Flagler has had in this one, it feels wrong that the Saints are going to get a look right here towards the end, but with 45 seconds left, that's just what's going to happen. How good is this North Georgia team at defending this close of a chance?
Yeah, this is going to be a big opportunity here for Flagler. North Georgia needs to make the most of it, put the pressure on the back line, and hopefully to get a stop here and keep it a tie game.
Well, we talked all day about how the aggressiveness for North Georgia could bite them on the back end. They could maybe do the same thing right here if Flagler misses it and try to get a breakaway. 45 seconds left, not much time for anything to happen. These games can and will end in draws if necessary. Only one tie this season for North Georgia in the PBC play. Here it is. Ball chipped in. They're going to go straight for goal. Alexis Lukic read it perfectly. He knew it before they even did it. He gets it away to midfield. Flagler there. DJ Shin with it. Shin up. Adam Lada. Throw in Lada. Here's Sandoval. Sandoval going to send it. It's going to go in! Unbelievable! Miraculous! Spectacular! Jorge Sandoval did it! In the closing seconds. Disbelief from the Saints. They can't believe it, and the whole Nighthawk squad is mobbing Jorge Sandoval.
Yeah, as we take a look at the replay here, that was crazy. That ball was not even kicked inside the box, and it just got into the back right corner. Unbelievable.
The most amazing display of athleticism. Jorge Sandoval finds the back of the net for the Nighthawks, and suddenly everything changes for North Georgia.
North Georgia goal by number 10, Jorge.
Take another look at that goal, and there's the celebration from the Nighthawks.
Sandoval,
absolutely incredible.
The 4A Player of the Year in 2023. He scored 83 goals in high school, arguably the biggest one of his college career right here. Puts the Nighthawks up 2-1 with 26 seconds to play. Now defensively, everything changes. Flagler just going to try to punt it downfield and make something happen. A chance for Flagler. They chip it in. Lukic is going to let it roll. And that's going to be a goal kick. Clock ticking away. 10 seconds left here. What looked like a certain draw is going to result in a Nighthawk victory. The strike from Jorge Sandoval is going to do it. And the Nighthawks are going to win 2-1 and take the lead in the PBC from the Flagler Saints. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible clutch from North Georgia, and they redeemed themselves from on Wednesday night against USC Aiken, and it completely incredible by North Georgia, and a huge win for the Nighthawks. Puts them in first place in the Peach Belt Conference, and that's what it's all about. And you can see this North Georgia program is on the rise here in Dahlonega, and it's just an overall great win.
Unbelievable moment right there for the Nighthawks. Jorge Sandoval found the back of the net. The chippiness continues post-game. Two teams being taken apart from one another right now, but you cannot overstate how massive of a victory that is for North Georgia when it felt like a certain draw. From the grave come the Nighthawks, and they make it happen. So just unbelievable. The Hawks going to go to 7-4-2, 5-2-1 in the PBC. They had 26 shots today, 12 of which on goal, It felt inevitable that one of them finally dropped. And an unbelievable shot by Jorge Sandoval gets it done, and I'm still speechless.
Yeah, I know Sandoval coming up with that clutch goal puts North Georgia ahead, and it's these types of victories, Ryan, that puts a lot of momentum for a team. And, you know, in that close game, it's just a crazy way to end the game. And North Georgia, I mean, you look at their schedule coming up. You know, they got Clayton State, Lander, and Georgia Gwinnett. 3 games left to go in the regular season. Going to make you wonder how much noise they can make in the Peach Belt Conference tournament coming up.
Absolutely. Just fantastic by North Georgia. One of those games that keeps you on the edge of your seat from the word go. It surely did it. And towards the end, the hero, the man of the match, number 10, Jorge Sandoval, does the improbable. For everyone here at the Nighthawk Sports Network, Devin Kupka, I'm Ryan Hutchison. We are signing off. A fantastic match. Nighthawks win here in Dahlonega.